Now this one is every fighter's dream, and it's being able to train where you want, when you want. Being able to go abroad and do camps in America, in Thailand, in Brazil, in Australia, wherever you want. But there's normally one problem, especially for us fighters that are up and coming, and that is the money. How do you afford to go abroad to train? And that is what I'm going to go through in this video. This is how I personally done it myself. This is how I do it. It's not the best way, but it's the only way I could do it, or I have done it in the past. I'm now trying to do it a different way, but this is normally what you're going to do when you are a little bit younger and less established as a fighter or a brand, which we're going to get onto later in this video. So I make money. And I go away and I spend it. And that is basically how I've been able to go abroad and train. I'd make a few grand, I'd go away for a few months, I'd spend it all, I'd come back home to UK with zero back in the bank, and I'd start again. And that is how I have done it. There is obviously much better ways to do it, where you can have residual income that comes in every single month, but you've got to find out the ways in order to do that. But this is how I personally done it, and I'm going to go through in more detail. First off, I got a job. When I was 17, maybe even 16, supermarket jobs. I've worked at Tesco on .com, starting at 6 AM, finishing at 12. I did that before college. I've done nights at Sainsbury's, starting at 10 PM, finishing at 8 AM. I did that twice a week just to fund my training. But Tesco is the goat of all goats for supermarket jobs. And the reason I like this one so much is because when you're 16, there's something called minimum wage, and it's an absolute ball ache. Because I don't want to be working for £4 an hour. Do you want to work for £4 an hour? Nah. What Tesco do, they pay you the same as everyone else. So I got paid £9, £10 an hour as a 16-year-old, which is kind of a little bit unheard of at the time, which would have been seven years ago now. So I'm 23 now. And at that time, it was very hard to get a job for £10 an hour as a 16-year-old. So that was what I did. I worked at Tesco. When I was 14 to 18, I refereed football. I used to do 2 games a week. I get £50 a weekend. So I'll do 2 games, I end up getting like £15, £20 for the game, then I'd get mileage. But I couldn't drive, so I got my dad to take me between 14 and 16. I gave him my petrol money, and then when I turned 16 I got a ped and I could keep the petrol money as well. We got 30p a mile, and it definitely didn't cost me that much to drive, so I would make a decent profit on that as well. But the thing with refereeing, it could only take me so far of what money I could earn. So that's when I turned 16, that's why I got the job at Tesco, and I started working there a lot more. Next off, you're training in a gym. Makes sense to work in the gym. Work on the reception, help out with the kids' class. Do what you can to help out. Just get a little bit of money there. You might save on memberships as well. But any job you can get to get 2 grand. If you can get 2 grand, you can go away to Thailand for 1 month. You can't go America on that, and you probably, I'm going to say you definitely can't go Australia on that, but you can go to Thailand, and that is your first experience of going abroad to train as a pro or a full-time MMA fighter. The difference between pro or professional and amateur, people used to say they get to train full-time, but now a lot of amateurs train full-time as well. It is literally how you prioritize what is important to you in your life. Next one I did, after I got a bit more experienced, I've been in Thailand probably twice now. Probably been twice, doing that same format of working a job, saving some money, and going out, spending it, coming back with nil in my bank, and going again. Then we moved on to the PT clients. I've got experience now. You can see in the background, this is a time at Phuket Top Team where I went there. After coming back from this trip, I built a client base. And I don't mean a client base where you've got a PT once a month, because realistically, having a PT that does it once a month, it's not really going to put money in your pocket. You want to get regular PTs that are going to see you at least once a week. If they just want one-offs, yes, the book at the time, a nice quick 30 quid, 40 quid at the time, it's okay, but it's nothing substantial and it's not really going to help me. So I don't like doing PTs that are literally there for a one-off. This is where, if you know you're going to be in the UK or whatever country you live in for the next 6 months, you can do packages of putting them on monthly retainers just to make sure you are getting that money in. The reason PTs is better than a job, because now I can get £40 for the hour for the PTs. Working at a Tesco, you're going to get 10. So basically, I do one PT and that's 4 hours at a supermarket. When I first started doing PTs, I charged £20. I think I was 17 then. And that's just because I wanted to get more in. Now, they are up to £40, so I'm getting a lot more money for my time, because my time is more valuable now than what it was 6 years ago when I was 17. Next one. Online money. Now I started doing more online money sort of incomes when COVID came. Don't know what it was. I think it was TikTok a lot that was giving me loads of ideas in order to make some money. But the main one for me was crypto. People might say it's a scam, but I made a fair bit of money off crypto that I lived off for a full year, not having a job and not really doing too many PTs either. NFTs, I made a little bit of money on them. I'd maybe buy them for 40 quid, sell them for £1 or two. I did that twice. I also did that for my mum and dad and made some money through there. So NFTs at the time were a good one. The thing with crypto and NFTs, I did it in a bull cycle, which is when the market is going up. Basically, I'm going to be honest, you can put money in anything and you're probably going to make money. Whereas when it's going down, you can lose a lot of money. So there is a lot of risk with that, but at the time, I made some okay money on that and it helped me stay abroad longer. Matched betting. I did this when I was 18. You can still do this now, but what match betting is, I think it was Danny Mitchell that put me onto this, or Carew. What you do is a betting site, Bet365. I'm going to say this for example, it might be a bit different now, but it's going to be bet £100, get £100 free bet. So you're going to bet £100, but you're going to lay that bet on another betting site. So you may lose £4 from that bet. You've covered both sides of the bet, but you've got £100 in a free bet now. You're going to do exactly the same, and from that £100 free bet, you are going to make about £70–80. You're going to lose on one and you're going to win on the other, and overall, you're going to make some money. The reason you make the money is because that £100 was never yours. It's a £100 free bet, but you can't just take that £100 out. You've got to bet with it. So you're going to bet, let's say, Man United to win. You're then going to lay Man United to win on another betting site. So you've got Man United drawing or Man United losing on another betting site, and on Bet365, you bet them to win. So if they win, you'll get the money in Bet365. If they don't win, I used to use Betfair Exchange. You'll get the money in there. I probably made a couple grand from doing so. Do it in my name, and if you want to think outside the box and make some more money, I'll let you think about how you can do that one. Sign-up offers. Now this is a similar thing, but it's literally just using the offers that are available. For example, I did one the other day and it was set up a Money Global debit card with HSBC to get £125. I had to spend on that card 5 times, and you know what I bought? I bought 5 bananas, which cost me 30p, something along those lines. It then had another offer to spend on the travel card of that one to get 80 quid. And you have to spend 5 times, and you know what I did? My personal card from that card, just spent it to my business. So my business charged it. I did 5 transactions of £1 and all that money went back into my business account. I lost probably 30p on fees. So that money went back in there, and then I got 80 quid in that account. So from that sign up offer, I got 125 plus 80, which is 205 quid. Yes, 205 quid. Quick maths. Another example is cards. Sometimes there is sign up offers on cards. I've seen ones with banks where you can literally transfer ownership to one bank, get the money from the sign up and put all the money back into your new account. So you'll see different sort of sign up offers, but they're just some that I personally use myself. As well as that, I've done a few other bits and bobs, but nothing substantial. For example, drop shipping. I made a little bit, I lost a little bit, didn't seem for me. I've done Amazon FBA, made a little bit, same again, lost a little bit. Just wasn't my passion. I didn't find it as successful, but I know it does work for some people. It's just seeing what could work around my training as well. When you're traveling, FBA would be hard because you're not even in the country, whereas dropshipping, you can do that from wherever. I've also worked on Fiverr doing little copywriting gigs that I didn't even do. I just got them. I got someone to write it. I was just the middleman trying to make a little bit in between. But anything that you can do online, that is a bonus because you can do it from anywhere. Whereas PTs and a job, you've got to be in a fixed location. So that is going from the way I've done it, which is saving money and spending money. Whereas this, you can then go on to being able to do this in whatever country you are in. Now, sponsors. I didn't put this at first because it is something that not everyone can get. This is all down to your network. Most of my sponsors are from coming away and making a good account for myself and networking with randomers. They don't fund me going away. If they fund me going away, I'd go away a lot more often. But what they do is support me going away. They help make it a little bit easier for myself, financially and with other advice as well. Not much to say on that one, but if you want to get sponsors, it's all down to your network. If you put a story on saying sponsor me, probably not going to get the best return. Your best bet is to network when you go away, make a good account for yourself, because I'll be honest, with people that sponsor you at a low level, especially when I was getting sponsored at amateur, how much do you think the company really gets out of it? Or do you think they're just trying to help you, they respect what you're doing, and they want to see you get to the top? And I see that as them really supporting you, because you don't get big companies sponsoring you, an amateur or a low-level pro, most commonly. What you do get is local companies and people that you've connected along the way. And the reason they're doing that is to support you on your journey. Now, that was the way I have done it in the past. I'm still doing this on this trip. I'm currently in Thailand and I've done exactly the same. But I'm trying to get away from that and do it a different way, because I want to be able to make a living from my laptop and go wherever I want, when I want, to train. And even if I was not fighting at that current time, it's just to go and explore the world. Now, this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to create a personal brand. Create my own brand. By personal, I mean just of me. I've tried to do, attempted, a few different businesses that haven't quite worked. And the reason I'm so adamant on building a personal brand now is because I will never find it a waste of time, effort, or money. And that is because I'm investing in myself. Because my personal brand is to grow me as an individual and to improve my skills, to improve my network, to improve me as a person. So from that, the way I'm going to build a personal brand is, first off, giving value. Giving value to anyone that watches and try and help them in the fields I go through. For me, it is more MMA based. Through giving value, what you do get is gaining trust. In order to build a personal brand, you need to gain trust. If there's no trust, you're not going to be able to really build that brand. And then once you've gained trust, this is where you can upsell something through your personal brand of your skills. And for me, my skills are within MMA. I have got some others too, I think, but MMA is the one that I'm trying to portray in my personal brand. They are the problems that come up in my life because that is what I do, fighting full time. For example, maybe I'm having some problems defending the jab. So I'm going to teach how I solve those problems, because it's literally just going through what I've done through my journey. So now I'm creating a platform to teach MMA online. And I've not mentioned this at all, but it is in the pipeline, and this is going to be coming very soon. I've got a few courses. I'm gonna, shall we say it? Shall we? Yes, go on, we'll say it. We've got a foundation course, that is coming out. We've got a progression to sparring course, that is coming out. And later down the line, I'll be open. I'm gonna try and make some money off that, and then I've got all the content ready for an app. I've got all the behind the scenes footage for that, and I will whip that up once it is ready to release. But I need to save up a fair bit of money to get this app, and that is going to be the Sueno Skills Certified. I've done, should we? Go on, we'll say it, because we want to be open here. We want to document the journey. We don't want to create, we're going to document. I've done 1,300 videos, and I've done that whilst being injured. I started that in July. I've kept it very quiet, very, very quiet. But that is what I'm doing. That app won't be out until I've saved, should I? Quite a few grand, quite a few. We're talking top ends figures. Should we? Go on, 10k, it's 10k. I need 10k to do this app. And basically, like Liam Harrison's, I want to make it the best app on the web. And how I'm going to do this is make money on a monthly basis online. This app is going to be very cheap. It's going to be £20 a month, £50 a quarter, or £150 for the year. None of this save some, spend it all, then repeat, because I've got no income coming in. I come here for 3 months, I've got no income at all. I want money online coming in on a monthly basis, so I have some stability. And that will allow me to go where I want, when I want, and not have a single problem. But that is what I am doing for my personal brand. That is the first time I've ever said online what I'm actually going to be doing, because the courses will be probably out in 2 or 3 weeks. I'm just doing them all. I've done it all. I'm just putting all the sales funnels together, and the lead magnets. And the app, I don't know about the app, but I'm hoping I can get it out for the end of the year. What, we're in January now, because I need to save 10k to put into it. Because you can go cheaper, but it's like boxing gloves. You pay shit, you pay twice. And I'm currently starting from no money saved, and I've got to get it to 10k. So let's see, we'll do a little documentary on that as well. How do I get 10 grand in order to save for my app? Because that is what I want to do. But that is today's video on how I afford to train abroad. And hopefully you can take some ideas from this. So we'll go through it again. We've got number 1, the job. Number 2, PT clients. Number 3, make some money online. Sponsors. And then how I'm trying to do it now is create a personal brand. At the moment, I make money on TikTok now. Whoa, certified. I got on the creative funds. But other than that, I've got a few online bits with personal clients, with weights and PTs and weight loss, but I don't make a substantial amount online. Not a lot. Nothing that is going to fund me, and it's not going to even fund me in Thailand, so you can tell it is not too much. But my goal is to create a living for myself from my own personal brand. That's why we're doing daily YouTube videos. We're doing Instagram's coming out 6 times a week. I do a reel, 3 reels on technique, 3 reels on MMA memes. That goes on TikTok, that goes on YouTube as well. And then we're doing 5 LinkedIn posts a week, I nearly said a day then. And we are doing daily stories on the Instagram to build that connection. And we are doing a lot more TikToks. So I'm just trying to get out as much as I possibly can. And it is like a full-time job. Might be wrong, but this is just the way that I'm trying to do it myself, and let's see if it works. But that is today's video. Tomorrow we're going to go through pros and cons of travelling MMA gyms and trying out new gyms. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bish, bash, bosh, pow!